Welcome to another video, A Walk with Phil, and I'm here in West Bromwich. It's often said that Dagger Lane here in the town is one of the prettiest and loveliest areas of West Bromwich. Mainly, I suppose, it's got a lot of historical significance as it's very near to the Dartmouth Park and also Sandwell Valley. But what I'm going to do today is just take you around some of the streets just off Dagger Lane and take a look at some of those and see if they are just as pretty and as lovely as Dagger Lane. So what I want to do is just show you a few of the roads just off Dagger Lane. It has to be said, I think, that Dagger Lane is a very lovely road. It's probably one of the prettiest roads in West Bromwich. And so are the roads that are off Dagger Lane just as nice? Well, I'll leave that to you to judge, but I'm at the bottom of Slathwaite Road just here. And we're going to have a look up there and see what we got. We can see just over here, over the back, we do have Dartmouth Park. There's a road just there off on the right, Salters Lane. And if you continue down here, Dagger Lane, you'd come to Church Vale and All Saints Way. And if we continue up there, we head up into West Bromwich Town. And just here in front of Slathwaite Road, it looks like an old house. I'm not sure if it's an old house or was. A couple of semi-detached houses. Those chimneys look rather big on the top. Gives the suggestion that it has some age to it. Certainly along here in Dagger Lane here, there's lots of terrace properties that side, and also along this side as well. Now we're going to have a look down here now, Slathwaite Road. And in keeping with the most of the east side of Dagger Lane, it's tree lined. Many of the trees were planted by Lord Dartmouth along Dagger Lane in the late 1800s, 1880s, as the Lord Dartmouth would come along quite often in his carriage and perhaps turn off down Salters Lane on his way to Sandwell Hall. And you can see, look, all the trees either side, making this a very attractive site. A lot of these houses on the right, I think, are probably dated in the 1920s, I'd imagine, 20s, 30s. They do look as though they've got rather large, well, long gardens anyway at the rear. And they seem to be in a bit of a dip, not level with the road. Let's have a look over this fence and see what we've got over here. You can see there's a pathway. There's a pathway in the front of the houses. I don't know if these particular frontages belong to any of the houses as well, along here. Again, those houses over on the left look as though they're not quite level with the street. At the top end of Slathwaite Road, we do find some much older properties, 1880s. Just up here on the left, we'll have a look at those. This is Laurel Villa, this particular block. And we've got we've got this large 60s block of flats ahead. We got Hallam Street in front of us. We just have a little walk along Hallam Street. Let's pan you back down Slathwaite Road. As I said, Slathwaite Road itself is a rather old road, but the houses along there are not so old. As we said, maybe 20s, 30s, as a guess. Right, this is Hallam Street. I did cover Hallam Street previously in a previous video. Check that one out if you can. You can see all along Hallam Street here is a long terraced row of houses. Again, 1870s, 1880s I'd expect along here. Maybe a little later. Just up here, look, we've got Cottrell Street. We've got the famous Horse and Jockey pub on the corner. It's been there since 1818. Again, a difficult path to walk along at times with cars parked along here, but it's both sides actually. Another road onto the right which we'll go and take a walk down. Hallam Street was just simply more of a path in the early 1800s, and it was about 1850 when it became more of a road and all got widened. And Church Vale at the end of Hallam Street was created around 1880. But anyway, this is Kenneth's Way. We're going to have a look down Kenneth's Way. Again, you can see Kenneth's Way is a newer road, if you like, than Slathwaite Road. There was nothing of any particular note down Kenneth's Way. Slathwaite Road was there, but there was no houses as such. You can see we've had some storm damage along here. Brick wall has fallen. Okay, so again, in keeping with Dagger Lane and Slathwaite Road, look, we've got lots of trees. The trees on both sides of the road making this a very pretty road, if you like, come the summertime. You can see they're all like 20s, 30s properties now. No parking along here. So they've all got rid of their front lawns and decided to create a place for their cars, look. All semi-detached, all solidly built properties along here. It's all right as well, it's fairly quiet. But of course you'll have a few cars coming off Hallam Street to get to the park along here, I expect. Just pan you around to where I've just come from, just down there, look. I can see his house for sale at the end. I wonder how much that costs. They used to have a little flower on the dashboard, didn't they, the Beatles? In a vase. We were wishing well. So this is the house that's for sale, Belvoir. Quite handy for the park just there. Now it looks like we've got a area access point to the backs of the houses just down there, just along there. So that's Kenneth's Way. So I did a video around here, Dagger Lane, and I have sighted a hall here, Dagger Hall, but I could be wrong beyond this wall. It was a house that had been here since the 1600s, but was demolished in 1894 beyond this wall. I can't ever be sure. Now just here, I'm just going to show you just this bit here, this bit here of Salters Lane. What interests me a little about this corner bit here of Salters Lane is the fact that there used to be a lodge just here on the corner. And it was all landscaped. This area, the trees, gardens. You can see ahead, look at the old area of Sandwell Valley. And there, if you can continue down to Salters Lane, you're more or less it's a kind of a path that will take you further into the valley. Yeah, it was here on this corner that would have been a lodge. Just here, as I said, was all landscaped. And I'll just show you the prices for Sandwell Valley Country Park, which I will go and have a look around one of these days. If you want to zoom in, it's got, for an hour it's 40p, and for over 4 hours it's £2. And you can have a season ticket for 40 quid. Okay, just here off Salters Lane, we've got Warstone Drive. It's a no-through road. There's a, I don't know, are those new houses just being built or there's some work going on? But Connells have got them for sale. What a lovely area to come and live just here. Just looking down the bottom here, look, they're all very 60s, 70s, aren't they, the houses down there? There you go, look, it looks quite a long road actually. Just thought I'd come a little bit further down Salters Lane just to show you the pathway where carriages would have gone along back in the day. Look. Now here's a very secluded, gated little neighbourhood here. This is called Belvedere Close, look. And this is a private development with CCTVs in operation at all times. Look at these, eh? Got solar panels on that one ahead. Yeah, very secluded, very swanky. All detached properties. Very quiet. Just at the bottom of here of Salters Lane. Okay, so I've come out to Salters Lane and let's have a little stroll along Dagger Lane. It's got that the lane is closed today due to something or other, and diversions are in place. But so we're going to have a look down here and see what's occurring. On the east side of Dagger Lane, as you can see, look, there's two rows of trees on either side of the pavement. Again, so making again this particular part of Dagger Lane a very, very nice place to be and to walk along. We can hear birds singing. I wonder what birds they are. Let's see if we can do it. Let's have a check, see what they are. And just doing a check, it's that bird again, the robin. Seems to be a very common bird in West Bromwich. Can't hear any other birds at the moment. I thought there'd be more birds than that, but it's just the robin. The sign ahead, road ahead closed. It's 20 miles an hour down here, you know. Just on the bend here of Dagger Lane, we have got Hill House. I did a video on Hill House a while back. I was rather critical of it, of the state of the building at the time. But James Eaton once lived here. The guy who said England expects everyone to do his duty at the Battle of Trafalgar. He retired from the Navy in 1842, did James Eaton. He purchased this building around 1816, where he lived for the last 40 years of his life. And it was also said that Charles Dickens once visited this building to see him. At the time, Charles Dickens was writing The Old Curiosity Shop. He died in 1857 at the age of 71, and he's buried at All Saints Church, and it's a Grade 2 listed building. It was given Grade 2 listing on the 15th of September 1972. There's a guy, you can see there's a lot of wood and floorboards and such like outside the front of the building. Again, I was critical at the time when I first saw it, but the guy who lives here, who leases the building, wanted to bring it back to former glory, and he spent a lot of money apparently to this guy to do a lot of interior work, bring it up to a certain standard, but apparently the project has come to a halt because Sandwell Council have put a few obstacles in his way, and he can no longer continue to try and attempt to make the building a wonderful building that it once was. So he's had to stop, and he's been throwing money at the building apparently for many a year, but it's come to an end now. He's no longer going to do any more work upon it, and here it sits. I believe he did try to get the freehold of the property, but again he was unable to do so. It looks a little bit better than the last time I came visiting here. But give him his due. The guy, I think his name is Dave, tried his very best to try and make this property, this wonderful building, up to the standard that one would expect of a Grade 2 listed building. Anyway, we carry on. I'm just going to take you down this road, or it's called a crescent. It's called the Kenneth's Crescent, and you can see again we've got lots of 20s, 30s properties along here. There was this particular road was not in existence before, say, 1920. I've never been up here, but in keeping, as I said, with a lot of the roads around here and Dagger Lane itself, it's tree lined. Large, solidly built houses all around us, look. And again, it's very quiet. And being a crescent, it will end up here. That looks like a keep fit machine of sorts, doesn't it, there? There you go, look, there we come to the end of Kenneth's Crescent. I wonder who Mr. Kenneth or Mrs. Kenneth was, who this street was named after. Probably a council of sorts, perhaps. This is where we go into the middle of the road to show you where we came from, look, with a fine old house ahead of us at the bottom of Kenneth's Crescent. And yeah, this is the reason why Dagger Lane is closed currently. There's a hole in the road here. They've dug a hole and left it. Now all the way down the bottom, round the bend, is traffic light controlled around the bottom. Complete diversions taken away from this area. And yeah, you can see there's just a bit of a hole going on just there, but there's nobody working on it. And yeah, we've got the barriers around it. It's probably to do with a gas main of sorts, I think. But yeah, there you go. I've dug a hole and it's well, been kind of left. Okay then folks, so there we are. We've been around a few of the streets and lanes and roads off Dagger Lane. And one of the things you can say about this particular area, especially the streets off Dagger Lane, is that they've got such fabulous amenities close by. I would expect in the summer when all the trees are in flower and bloom, it looks pretty, it's quite a lovely place around here. Especially as they could just nip over the road from some of these side roads off Dagger Lane into Dartmouth Park and also into Sandwell Valley. So it's yeah, there's a lot going for many of the roads around this particular area. So we'll leave it at that, and if you like the video, hit the like button and also hit subscribe and hit the notification bell for new videos, and I'll see you on the next one.